Today I'm in my 2008 Ford CVPI, and I wanted to make a video explaining the things that I love about the car. I've had the car since September, and it is now the end of December, going into January, and there's a handful of things that I've come to just really like about it. I have watched a few other YouTubers that have Crown Victoria police interceptors share their thoughts as to why they love their police interceptors. I do share some of my reasons with them, but I do have some of my own reasons that I think you'll find interesting. The first thing that I have to say I just love about the car is the platform. Ford's Panther platform, and that platform is shared with a few other models. It's shared with the Lincoln Town Car, it's shared with the Mercury Grand Marquis, and it really is just a platform that feels like you're driving a truck, but it handles really well at the same time. If I had to describe it for somebody that's never driven one or ridden in one, I'd have to say it's kind of like a Ford F-150 and a Mustang had a baby, because it does have the 4.6 that was used in the F-150, it was used in the Mustangs. So the Panther platform and the 4.6 engine, they kind of share a lot with different models. The second thing I have to say about the car is reliability. Now, I know I've only had the car for 4 months, but in that time it's been very reliable. I've driven it around 3,000 to 4,000 miles, and I haven't had to do anything major to it. Just routine maintenance and upkeep, stuff you'd expect for a 10-year-old car with over 100,000 miles. And you can see that this guy must think that I'm a police officer. I get that a lot. I'm just randomly recording this video, and that guy pulled over and just whatever. That leads to the next point in a minute. Number 3, I have to say one of my favorite things about the car is that it's affordable. I'm talking things like parts, replacement parts, maintenance and upkeep. Insurance for me is very cheap on this car, and just the overall cost to own it so far in the 4 months I've had it has been very cheap. More to that point, and more to the reliability point, police forces obviously use these cars, and also city taxi companies in New York City drive these cars, and they just beat the ever-living nuts out of them, and they still keep running. Number 4, one of my favorite things about the car is people tend to think that you're a police officer, and this can kind of be a good thing or a bad thing. Mutual thoughts with other Crown Victoria police interceptor owners here. On the highway, people tend to move over out of the passing lane, and it's just an absolute blast to drive on the highway. It's fun, it's smooth, it's powerful, but to the point of the police officer aspect, a lot of people will slow down when they see you. They'll tap the brakes if they are driving by you, past you, and that is a plus if you're on a multi-lane highway or busy road where you have a chance to get around people. On a back road like this, where it's just one lane and it's about 35 to 40, people will go below the speed limit a lot of times, because I mean, when you see this in your rear view mirror, you're gonna think, at least me, that it is an active duty police car, because it still has the unit number on it, goes along with the blue line flag, and also it's got the spotlight, and people just have trained themselves to just know this face as a police car. Number 5, the trunk space is very generous on this car. Now, I do have some stuff in the vehicle right now because I use it every day as a work vehicle, so please excuse the mess back here. But you can see I've got a mop bucket, I've got the mop strainer, a broom, a dustpan, and some miscellaneous junk, and it's just kind of thrown in there. But I've got tons of space in this trunk to still put a bunch more stuff if I needed to, and it's just very spacious back here. If you need to use it as a work vehicle like I do myself, I use it for pretty much everything. It comes in handy. The inside is a little bit dirty, so please excuse that. But number 6, the vinyl flooring and the vinyl seating in the rear of the vehicle. And why I like that is simply due to the fact that it's easy to clean. If you spill stuff on the back seat, or you need to haul greasy, dirty things in the back seat, which I don't do all the time, but it's just nice to be able to throw stuff in the back seat. And come clean out time, cleaning this floor is a breeze, and getting that back seat cleaned out is very effortless. Number 7 is probably going to be a little bit obvious, and that's going to be the power of the car. It's no sports car by any means, but for a 10-year-old car that has been a police interceptor and has 130,000 miles now, it really just has good power. Off the line, it's not the fastest, but once you get up to speed on a merge ramp and you need to get into the flow of traffic on the highway, it gets up to speed and you can pass people without any effort at all, and it's really just enjoyable to drive it. Last but not least, number 8, I have to say that I like the car because it's tough. I don't treat it like trash, or I don't treat any of my cars like garbage, but it looks really good, it's presentable, and at the same time, it's tough. You can drive it through any kind of terrain. Has a little bit of a tough time in snow with the rear-wheel drive, but it's just a really durable car, and it can handle pretty much anything that you throw at it. Many of you watching this, I'm sure, like the Crown Victoria, or maybe you own a Crown Victoria yourself. Feel free to comment below and tell me your favorite things about the Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Turn on notifications before you go, and subscribe today if you haven't already.